Cybersecurity interview questions and answers.
Explain XSS and its types.
Cross-site scripting, XSS, is a web application vulnerability where an attacker injects malicious scripts into trusted websites, which are then executed by unsuspecting users. There are three main types of XSS attacks. Stored XSS. Malicious scripts are permanently stored on a target website, affecting all users who access the infected page. Reflected XSS. Malicious scripts are embedded in URLs or other input fields, tricking users into executing them when they interact with a vulnerable website. DOM-based XSS. Malicious scripts manipulate the document object model, DOM, of a web page, altering its structure and behavior.
What is blind SQLI?
Blind SQL injection, SQLI, is a technique where an attacker injects malicious SQL queries into a vulnerable application's database. Unlike traditional SQLI, blind SQLI does not display database errors or query results directly to the attacker. Instead, the attacker crafts specific queries to infer information by analyzing the application's responses, typically through Boolean-based or time-based techniques.
What does ACL stand for in Windows?
ACL stands for Access Control List. In Windows, an ACL is a list of permissions associated with a file, folder, or other system objects. It specifies which users or groups can access the object and what level of access they have, such as read, write, or execute permissions.
What is the golden ticket attack?
The golden ticket attack is a technique used in Windows Active Directory environments to forge Kerberos tickets, granting an attacker unauthorized access and control over a domain. By compromising the domain controller's KRBTGT account and generating forged Kerberos tickets, an attacker can bypass authentication and gain persistent administrative access to the domain.
What are some AV evasion techniques you use?
AV, antivirus, evasion techniques aim to bypass or evade detection by antivirus software. Some common techniques include code obfuscation, polymorphism, packing, encryption, and using custom encryption algorithms or packers. These techniques help conceal the malicious intent of code or payloads from antivirus scanners.
Name some obfuscation tools and explain how you use them.
Obfuscation tools like ProGuard, DexGuard, or ConfuserX transform code to make it more difficult to understand or reverse engineer. They rename variables and functions, remove debugging information, and apply other techniques to obfuscate the code's logic and structure. Obfuscation helps protect intellectual property and makes it harder for attackers to analyze or modify the code.
What is XOR?
XOR, exclusive OR, is a logical operation used in cryptography and computer science. It compares two binary values and returns true, 1, if only one of the bits is set to 1, and false, 0, if both bits are the same. In encryption, XOR is commonly used to combine data with a secret key, providing a simple form of encryption and decryption.
How is XOR used in evasion techniques?
In evasion techniques, XOR is used to obfuscate or encrypt malicious payloads, making it more challenging for security systems to detect them. By XORing the payload with a predefined key or using dynamic keys during runtime, attackers can evade signature-based detection and make the payload more difficult to analyze.
How do you set up an IDS, intrusion detection system?
Setting up an IDS involves several steps. Selecting an IDS solution suitable for your environment and needs. Installing the IDS software on a dedicated server or appliance. Configuring the IDS rules and signatures to detect specific types of network or system attacks. Regularly updating the IDS with the latest threat intelligence and software patches to maintain its effectiveness.